Hello everybody, welcome back to episode number 10 here on our Amplified Survival series. Hopefully you're having yourselves a wonderful day, and if not, perhaps I can make it a little bit better by watching this video today. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do a couple of fun little things around the place. In behind me is what we worked on last episode, the giant, massive, tall storage room. Frankly, I'm starting to run out of adjectives, but this is what we built last time. A tree. I grew a tree in here because I don't know, I just felt like growing a tree in here, so I did. And this is our wall of storage. This is everything that was previously up top there. We moved it down here, and I put in a little bit of a system for like figuring out where the items are. So if it's just a solid block, right, if it's not like rotated like one of those up top there, then it's full, right? So if this one's empty because it's rotated, right, there's 21 dirt, this one's full. So super simple way for us to figure out what's where, what's going on, and you know, all that. In this episode today, I want to decorate the place. I want to make it look a lot more overgrown and ruined and rustic and stuff. But first, I want to do something that I've never done before. Oh, and there's a lot of blaze. Hello. Striders. I have never ridden a strider in this game, and I think it's just as simple as putting on a saddle, hopping on, and going for a ride. Unless, oh, I can't ride one that's riding another one. Is that... How do I get you off of the other guy? Here, I'll kill you one. Onward! Onward! Why aren't you going? Oh, I figured that was gonna happen. Alright, attempt number 2. Onward! Why? You know what? No, I'm just so dumb. It's actually a warped fungus, not a carrot on a stick. Carrot on a stick is for pigs. Warped fungus is for these guys. All right, attempt number 3. Except he's way out there. Oh, hello. Come on. Hey, there we go. I think it'd be fun at some point to do kind of like pathway or something with these guys. Like actually in the nether. Make a lava path. Does he go up the waterfall? Oh, he does. Not too well though. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna work on is getting ourselves some bees because we need to get some honey blocks. And in order to do that, we need these beehives. Now I have a data pack installed which tells me how many bees are inside the bee nest. We've got 2 bees inside there and no honey. I gotta try and get 3 because 3 is the maximum that you can have. And if I can find 3 and take those home with me, then I will be a happy camper. We could just find 1 more bee. Oh, here we go. Hello, bee. Come with me. All right, well, I'd say that's a pretty successful mission. 4 bee nests, 3 bees in each, and a separate spare one who survived the cataclysmic event of Creeper. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we're just gonna let those bees do their thing then, and we'll come back in just a minute to check on them and see how they're doing. All right then, it's been a few days since the previous clip, and I was busy working on getting all that honey put together, so we have everything. This is everything we will need to build ourselves a moss farm, which we'll do in just a little bit. But what I want to do now is I want to build these goblets, or these like little lanterns or whatever, that hang underneath the bottom of this thing. Right, so last episode we built this like large thing, and it looks great and all, but it's a little bit void of anything characteristic about it. It's pretty bland, I would say. So what we're going to do is inside the middle of that right there, we're going to put a hanging chain with a goblet with some fire, some lanterns, just give the whole thing a little bit more life, you know? Actually, this is an opportunity to explore some of the lore in the area. As you can see here, I've got these soul lanterns in behind me. I put these in. So let me give you a little bit of a backstory as to what the blue fire kind of represents. And if you've ever seen the Uncharted games, the Uncharted series, by Naughty Dog. Usually, I think it was only on the PlayStation. But, yeah, in number 2, A Thief's End. I think it's called A Thief's End. Nope, Among Thieves. I looked it up. Among Thieves, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. there's like this blue sapphire crystal, like resin sort of thing that one of the guys like eats to become this superhuman. And that's kind of the lore that we're going to have in the area, is not superhuman, but it's going to be, you know, resin. We're going to build eventually like a really big tree here that's going to have resin all over it. And that's sort of why this whole area kind of existed. It's a temple that was built to harvest the resin. When I was younger, I played all these like Uncharted games. So one of the things that's actually inspired my skin right now is supposed to be Nathan Drake from the first game, if you've ever played that one. He's kind of got this like red beat up shirt. Actually, it's Artorvian on the Afterlife SMP who put the skin together for me, and I gave him like concept art, and I was like, you know, I kind of want something that's more of like an adventurer style. Yeah, so there you go. A little bit of behind the scenes if you ever wondered what my skin was based off of. It's actually the dude from Uncharted, Nathan Drake. Okay, so this thing now, where are we going to put it? I want it to be about halfway up from the top there to about the midway of the bottom. Okay, something like that with these 4 chains, these 4 sort of hanging things. And then beneath that, I want to put, maybe we can get ourselves some deep slate, polished deep slate, 4 pieces of that. Stick that right below it, like so. I don't know, we're going to just experiment here. I think we're going to just try a bunch of different things and see what kind of works, what doesn't work. I also brought some blackstone we can try incorporating. I don't normally build with blackstone, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to give it a shot. Okay, and in thinking about what is this blue resin gonna be, like what block are we gonna use, I thought of this stuff. This blue stuff. I forget what it's called. I never remember. What is it called? Warped wart block. Yeah, so it's also got the nylium. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's called nylium. Yes, nylium. The nylium, the warped roots, and also these like spore blocks, which we need a shear to get. But I think this is like our perfect block, right? It fits the blue sort of campfire aesthetic, like this one. I mean, it kind of fits. The campfire, obviously, it requires soul sand to craft the soul sand. Yeah, that stuff. I know we're doing moss and the whole overgrown aesthetic too, but if we were to incorporate a little bit of like a supernatural element, like the spore or the resin, kind of seeping into the different builds. Like imagine having resin just crawling up this wall or something like that. And then, I don't know, the ground could also be made resin too. Okay, so this is what I got going so far. I kind of shrunk it a little bit and yeah, you can hardly tell that there's blue fire there. So I think what I want to do is make it a bit more obvious. We're going to put some more blue in the bottom here. But this is what it looks like from the top. So I put a mixture of the campfire to... Whoa, hello. What the... Oh, I guess I had... Okay, so I have spawning spots up there. Okay, let me go fix that. Okay, so yeah, I've got a mixture of campfire and soul sand because I want the smoke look, but I also want the blue fire. And I don't really like how the campfire... Obviously, it's a campfire, right? So you can see the wooden part of it, and I don't want to see that. So I put these slabs here to kind of get rid of it, the look of it a bit. But I want to make it so you can see a bit more of the blue down in the bottom. So maybe we just like full on remove this to sort of indicate that it's being ignited by blue resin. Okay, that looks a lot better. I do like how you can see the resin a lot more. Those little walls on the side, I think we got to lower those down by 1 block. There we go, 2 lanterns all put in. Uno, dos. From all the way back here, they look pretty good. Pretty good. Right, Mr. Creeper? No. Too bad he perished before he could answer. Alright, everybody, time now to check out those bees. What have they been up to? And they've been busy. Busy bees. Over here, this is a honeycomb farm. I built something very, very similar to this on the Afterlife SMP, and this is just sort of the same thing. It just uses shears in the dispensers, but I only have a couple, so shears in the dispensers with an observer facing into there, up redstone, down, boom. Super simple, you know how it works. And then here, this is where I have been breeding the bees and also getting bottles of honey. So I just walk in here, go do, and I have 7 bottles of honey. And then from the honey, we just craft those honey blocks. Super simple. And actually, I don't know if you guys ever realized this, but you can put the honey blocks back into the glass. I don't know. I never knew this. So like I said before, now that we've got all of our supplies, we can actually build ourselves one of those moss farms, and we just need to decide where we're going to put it. Where are we going to stick a giant moss farm that's going to be really noisy? So to be honest, I'm thinking that I want to stick it over in the back side here, because last episode we covered this all up, and actually right beneath it is just like emptiness. So we don't have to do any clearing if we stick it below here. And also, we could put something on top, like a big tree or maybe some sort of ancient temple waterfall or something. I don't know. Figure it out, but have the moss kind of pool up top here. We can have a chest storage room somewhere up here and make it all nice and fancy. Yeah, so this is what the interior looks like. As you can tell, I kind of just put a layer of dirt over top of everything and just kind of called it a day. So we've got this really nice space to put everything inside. Anyway, so the design that we're going to go with is one by Puffingfish HQ, and I have a Lightmatica of it here. And basically, it's a self-sustaining moss farm, which means that the bone meal that the moss generates is going to be fed right back into the system. So you need bone meal to bone meal the moss, and then the moss turns into bone meal, and the bone meal feeds the system. So it's like a whole cycle. The reason for that is because I want the moss, but I also want it to be like self-sustaining. You know, I want it to do its thing on its own, if that makes any sense. All right, everybody, it is time now for the moment of truth. I have wired everything up. Should be all good to go. I'll talk about how all this sort of works in just a moment here, but this is the bone meal dispenser. Okay, that works right down there. And this is the stone generator. Let's see. Will it work? Yeah. Oh, there shouldn't be kelp in there. It should be bone meal. Hold on, let me go get bone meal. Okay. That should work. Yay, it works. So the theory is, oh, we're getting cobblestone. Nope, no. Goodbye, cobblestone. Why are we getting cobblestone? We shouldn't be getting cobblestone. Is it not having enough time to... Uh-oh, boys. I don't think I missed anything. Come on, why are you generating cobblestone? No! Okay, I think I know what'll fix this. Just turn it all off. Turn it off, turn it off. Let's go get some lava. Silly farm, why are you generating cobblestone? Alright, now that seems to be working. I think I figured out the problem. I had a solid block here, which was actually, like, overpowering the piston for a little too long, and then when it pulled back, just immediately generated cobblestone. So I think the farm is now working. I'm just going to chuck everything else that I had picked up into there. Here it is. I won't go into too much detail as to how this whole thing works. You can watch Puff's video for that. But basically, we have a repeater or a copper clock here, which goes back and forth, and sends a redstone pulse across to these different pistons, which push out stone blocks. Now, moss can only generate on top of stone and not cobblestone, which is why we have to get the timing just right. And from here, it goes down into some composters, into a dispenser, back into a waterfall that goes all the way back up. So when an item gets generated and it goes down to this hopper thing, these honey blocks actually center the block or the item up, because you can kind of see there's like a transparent pixel right there. basically it's like 1 block smaller, so the items flow into it and then fall down in the middle of all those 4, and then it just randomly picks whichever one it's going to go into. So it's a 50-50 chance if it's going to hop into my chest here or into the composter here, which will turn it into the bone meal. Alright everybody, I know I said at the beginning of the episode that we were going to do some decorating today, but I left the moss farm running for about an hour or 2, and I got a lot of moss, but I just feel like I want 2 double chests. I actually put a second chest in here, so I've got 1 chest, 2. I want to fill this one up with moss as well, and then we're really going to get started. Alright everybody, well that's going to do it for this episode here today. Thank you very much for watching, and I just got feather falling, so let me try it out here. Oh, there it works. All right, everybody. We'll see you all in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.